All people get a feeling of boredom from time to time. However, this only means that it's time to find an interesting activity or check something other than the usual daily activities. You'll be surprised how many exciting things you can learn and what emotions you can get by trying something new. In this episode, you'll witness the most amazing moments that were captured on camera. First of all, subscribe to our channel and like this video. Do you also think it would have been nice for them to increase the interval between jumps? Or is there a secret passage that we don't know about? Aren't these cars expensive enough and deserve a bigger room? It's probably not very comfortable to drive along this road at night, but from a bird's eye view, it looks fantastic. This tree is an example of determination, thirst for life, and freedom regardless of circumstances. "104-year-old Dorothy Hoffner from Chicago skydived from a height of 4,100 meters. Her action confirms the opinion that age is just a number." This balloon seller is very ambitious and confident since he decided that he could sell them all. It is unsafe to work on a windmill, but the view that opens from its blades justifies this risk. There are many attractions in Thailand for every taste. This is one of them. Who would have thought that a cardboard box, a few tools, and skillful hands would be enough to create something so magnificent? Most often, clouds hang over mountain peaks, but if they are accompanied by wind and weather, they can descend lower and slide down the slopes. In this video, you can see the speed of the tidal wave of the river in China. The experience of this engineer allows him to remain calm despite the obvious threat in his immediate vicinity. This forest looks exactly like a place where one should not go alone, and all because of the strong wind which sways the trees so that their roots are not able to hold fast in the sodden soil. Thanks to such videos, you remember what area the world's oceans occupy and how many animals and fish live in it. In some cases, physical fitness has nothing to do with physical abilities. You should be careful not to stand behind this car. Who knows where the ball will fly next time? People who are fond of skydiving can make impressive performances in the air. Sometimes adult men are no different from children. They also love spectacular explosions and experiments. This view from the window of the house refreshes better than the strongest coffee. Doctors and scientists call this ability hypermobility or joint elasticity. It does not cause discomfort and looks very strange. The George Washington Bridge took on a surreal appearance when thick fog enveloped the east coast of the United States. Someday such hairstyles will become commonplace. In the meantime, he looks like the hero of a science fiction movie.
What an incredible footage! We always strive to choose the best content for you.
Nothing unusual, just the owner took his pet out for a walk. Here's someone who definitely can hide quickly and pretend that there is no one here. From time to time, huge shoals of mullet appear on the shore and delight beach visitors with their jumps. Biologists suggest that they jump out of the water to clear their gills and increase oxygen exposure. Who among us does not dream of being on a cruise ship or a boat trip now? But for some reason, only they were lucky. If he does not want to become a guinea pig, he should be careful with demonstrating such superpowers. It seems that someone has cut the sky into perfectly even parts. In fact, these are altocumulus clouds, which can often be seen before the onset of cold fronts. Surely the residents of this house don't even know what's going on outside. Such a number of seagulls can both delight and puzzle, but most likely this is a common seasonal phenomenon caused by annual migration. This is the only case when you can use physical force against an unpleasant fellow traveler. A dog is a person's best friend. It's good when this feeling is mutual. It would be better if the chef did not joke like that. Hungry customers are rarely satisfied. It is not enough to have only the desire to conquer such a peak. Experience and skill are needed. Many people love concerts. Often at such events, the show takes place not only on stage, but also in the fan zone. This is one of the largest hydroelectric power plants in the world, so it is not surprising that the flow of water here has an incredible strength. They say that expectations from women are too high, but they constantly prove that they are capable of anything. Gyro scooters are becoming more popular, but few people can boast of such dexterous and fast control of them. To some, this sight will seem delightful, and others will immediately think of an impending catastrophe. This leaf does not tolerate loneliness, so it decides to return to its family. Religious people see this cloud as a sign from above, and scientists call this visual illusion pareidolia. No external circumstances will force them to cancel a long-planned game. It's good that there's more than one lane here, otherwise it wouldn't be easy to overtake him. The owner of this car should have left more tips at the car wash, because now his car is not only clean, but also performs a free soap bubble show. Instead of a morning coffee, this elderly man starts each day by reaching a new height. Only a moment separated him from becoming the person who ruined the holiday. What do you think their family gatherings are about? Perhaps they're discussing how to reorganize the budget due to the increase in bamboo prices.
And how do you like such a twist? To be honest, I can't do without your comments here.
Even in urban conditions, you can sunbathe and work remotely. Some people complain about the lack of time for themselves, and others know how to use every free minute for their own good. Don't worry, this is not the rebirth of little dinosaurs. Fortunately, the guy turned out to be very vigilant and noticed the guest in his sneakers. It is such people who deprive a trucking company of its job. Do you also think that he really wants to share some information or warn you about something? Water combined with wind and frost can create real masterpieces. Mountains are beautiful at any time of the year and in any weather, especially when clouds seem to flow down their slopes. Do you also think that you should not rush to go further? No matter how fascinating this path on the ice may be, it is not safe. It is impossible to imagine the emotions of a person who overcame a difficult path, conquered a mountain peak, and, as if as a reward, saw there the rarest rainbow cloud. This is definitely an unforgettable moment. The coach was furious about what was happening on the field. An emergency landing at the nearest airport is not an accident and occurs relatively often. Turbulence at this point only adds to anxiety and stress. Finally, there's a solution for those who really love fast food but deny themselves it for the sake of maintaining physical fitness. Do you also think that there is a portal to another dimension in this house? It is a terrible nightmare for those who hate their job. Even after death, they have to tirelessly continue to work at it. In the event of a predator attack, the lizard can easily drop its tail, and this machine does the same. Why fix something that is still holding on and even partially performs its functions? Some people keep their money in the bank, others spend it all at once, and some people prefer to keep everything at home. It will take a few minutes, the video will end, and then perhaps she'll realize that the escalator is not working. The girl realized from infancy that valuable and important things should be kept to herself.
If you haven't liked this episode yet, now is the best time to do it.
For some reason, their house was chosen as a victim of the wind. Now the owners will have an unpleasant long-term cleaning of the site. Adults, no less than children, love Halloween and carefully choose their image. In the animal world, kids also repeat everything after adults. I wonder if the girl is really a fan of extreme sports, or if she is one of those who is ready to do anything for the sake of a spectacular video. China is famous for its sporting events, which are often preceded by amazing shows. It's hard to imagine how long it took to achieve such perfect synchronicity. For most people, such a wave is more like a tsunami and causes a desire to escape as far from the shore as possible. But for experienced surfers, this is a unique chance to test their strength. The consequences of the floods in Turkey have been devastating, especially for coastal towns and villages. Flooded streets, cracked roads, and cars that are trapped have become a common sight in the affected areas. Hurricane Ian left behind a vast swath of destruction in Florida, flooding not only the streets of populated areas, but also turning residential buildings into aquariums.
And our episode has come to an end, and we hope that you enjoyed watching this video. We look forward to your questions and comments. Thank you for always being with us.